waste, it's really a global issue. Truly, because no matter who you are or where you are, everyone contributes to waste every day, in small or large amounts, right? Have you ever wondered where all the trash we throw ends up if there isn't a good management system? Most of the waste gets scattered along roads, on the streets, or even dumped into rivers. Even canals are not spared. But if garbage trucks collect it, most of it ends up in large, massive landfills. And when they fill up, oh boy. Why is this, you ask? Because they accumulate all sorts of things: food scraps, broken items, chemical substances, all sorts of dangers. The more frightening part is that they release methane gas, which ignites easily and is very hard to put out. Remember those news reports about landfill fires that burn for weeks? That's the culprit. And that's not all. These wastes seep into the ground and contaminate groundwater that we might need to use. It's bad, isn't it? As for the trash that ends up in water, not only does it pollute the water, but it also clogs drainage systems, leading to flooding and widespread inconvenience for everyone. If this waste flows into the sea, it's very sad for marine animals. Whales, dolphins, sea turtles that unknowingly consume them and die. We see these reports every year. It's heartbreaking, isn't it? And what about the effects on us? Absolutely, we get it all. The foul smell, the toxic gases that harm our lungs, and the contaminated water that can easily cause health issues. And the methane gas from decomposition rises to damage the atmosphere, contributing to global warming. Did you know that methane is more dangerous than carbon dioxide? It's 25 times worse. No wonder our summers are blisteringly hot, and our rainy seasons are filled with severe storms and floods as a result of escalating climate changes year by year. It's a worldwide issue. Wow, this is indeed a huge problem, but hold on, no matter how big the problem is, it can be solved. Since waste is created by humans, it's only us who can solve it sustainably. Where do we start? The first step is to reduce. Try to use only what is necessary to avoid creating waste. Next, reuse. If something can still be used, don't be quick to discard it. Make the most of items. Lastly, recycle or repurpose, transforming them into other useful things instead. These are the key principles. You're probably already familiar with this, the concept of the 3 R's. Let's quickly review them together. The first R, reduce, means cutting down on usage and reducing waste right from the start. The second R, reuse, involves using things again and making the most out of them, while the third R, recycle, is about reprocessing materials for reuse. So, is it difficult? Well, it might not be the easiest task, but it's definitely not beyond our efforts. If everyone pays attention and takes action, starting with ourselves, we'll do great. Keep it up. Let's take a look at the first R, reduce or cutting down on waste. A simple method is to just reduce the amount. Consider the waste we generate daily. How do we handle it before? Remember the days when we used to carry tiffin boxes for meals, wicker baskets to the market, and personal thermoses or cups for drinks. Even wiping tables back then was done with old rags, right? But now, wait a moment. Now we buy meals packed in plastic bags or foam containers, often double-bagged with several layers of carrier bags. Drinking water comes in plastic bottles, disposable cups get tossed, and snacks are wrapped in layers of pretty packaging. For wiping tables, a single sheet of tissue is used and thrown away. It's convenient indeed, but see how much waste follows. So how can we help reduce this? Here's a simple idea. Suppose you have to buy noodles to go, but you don't need the condiments. Just tell the vendor not to include them. Can we do that? Can we avoid taking chopsticks and plastic spoons with every meal? Can we reduce the number of plastic bags nested inside each other? How about carrying your own cup or using a thermos instead of disposable cups? Bringing a cloth bag for shopping instead of taking new carrier bags every time. Can we do that? Of course, we can. It's just about making small changes. Next up is the second R, reuse. Instead of immediately throwing things away after using them, take a moment to think, can we use it for something else? Better hold on to it. There are so many ideas out there. Clean and reuse nice glass bottles and plastic containers for other purposes. Wash up plastic bottles and fill them with water for your child to take to school instead of buying new ones every day. It's economical too. Use both sides of the paper before sending it off for recycling. Flatten your cardboard boxes to store them for shipping items later, or use them for storage. Transform old objects into new, useful items. For instance, you can turn a plastic bottle into a planter for small plants by simply punching holes in it. Small trees or vegetable gardens are quite charming, don't you think? Sometimes this might spark an idea, turning into a DIY project that makes extra income. Wow, and lastly, it's all about recycling or bringing things back to new life. This involves taking waste we no longer use and processing it into new products. The crux of recycling successfully happens when we separate our waste. We need to understand what this piece of waste is and how to separate it from others. Who, indeed, is the best at sorting it out? It's us, the last users before we throw it away. Simply separate the waste and send it to collection points or community waste management sites. From there, someone will handle it until it reaches the recycling factory managed correctly. This waste can find a new life. An easy example is separating paper for recycling. It can come back as new paper or boxes for us to use again. Glass bottles can also be melted down into new bottles. Clear PET plastic bottles can be melted to make new bottles, or even transformed into fibers for trendy clothes, shoes, and socks that we wear today. HDPE plastic can be made into plastic chairs or pipes, and even old electronics can be dismantled to separate valuable metals for reuse. That's the power of recycling. If we don't find ways to reuse this waste, think about it. Resources on our planet will slowly deplete. The trees used for paper and the oil used for plastic will run out one day. And it will just keep on spreading. The best solution is for us to embrace the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, recycle. When the waste from each of our homes accumulates, it becomes a communal problem we need to solve together, doesn't it? Effective waste management requires everyone's cooperation to create a genuinely good and sustainable system. This is why the Rotary Club of Lampang, a social service organization and part of Rotary International with members in over 200 countries worldwide, has initiated a wonderful project. Did you know? Rotary International has been around for over 120 years, with more than 30,000 clubs worldwide and nearly 2 million members. In Thailand alone, we have over 300 clubs. Environmental issues are a major focus for Rotary International, and waste management is a key part of that concern. So we initiated a sustainable waste management project at the village level based on the idea that the best waste management starts with even the smallest individuals. Each one of us, whether it's within our families, workplaces, schools, temples, or even at the market, has a role to play. If we all have the right knowledge and understand how to correctly sort and dispose of waste, and there's an effective system to manage the separated waste comprehensively, wouldn't it be incredible? If a community can maintain this continuously, it can become a model for other areas. Please stay tuned for the next part. Together, let's support and solve problems within each family and organization, pushing forward to establish a village waste management center. Will guide villagers on how to collect and bring waste for sale at the center and coordinate with scrap buyers to pick it up. Continue this effort. We believe in the power of community health volunteers because they already help care for our well-being, particularly our health in the village, don't they? Waste management is indeed an important health and environmental issue as well. If we villagers truly come together, with strong support from our health volunteers and backing from local organizations, I assure you the village will thrive. We will no longer have waste scattered around, no foul smells, no bothersome flies or mosquitoes, only cleanliness and a pleasant, peaceful environment. It will be the most wonderful place to live. Alright, now let's learn the easy way to sort waste at home. Shall we get started? Ready, let's go. Let's begin in the kitchen. Start by disposing of food scraps, like fruit peels, chopped into pieces that are too large, in a small bin in the kitchen. Then transfer them to a compost bin outside. It could be a black bin with holes buried in the ground, letting nature do its work. It breaks down naturally to create premium compost. This type of bin can hold food scraps for months because the water seeps into the soil while microorganisms help decompose the material for us. Seal it well and bury it, leaving just the edge exposed. Once full, relocate the bin to a new spot near trees so they benefit. The compost will surely be effective. Doesn't it sound great? And if anyone keeps pigs, chickens, or fish at home and thinks, please do not pour water down the drain unnecessarily. It's not advisable. Can you help ensure this? Second, general waste, common trash. Once we've separated the food scraps, what remains is other waste, categorized as general waste or trash. This includes soiled, small pieces that can be recycled or composted. For example, greasy takeaway bags, used tissues, coffee cups, and boxes. Greasy food containers, snack wrappers, dust from sweeping the house, small dry leaves. Collect these separately and prepare them for proper disposal by municipal waste services. Third, dry waste can be recyclable or non-recyclable. Next are the slightly dry waste items, like various bottles, cans, milk cartons, and UHT boxes. Cardboard tubes, AC paper, and large plastic packages like fabric softener sachets. Once you've used up their contents, please consider rinsing them out. A good rinse, 1 or 2 times. Pour out any remaining liquid and replace the cap. This will make your dry waste quite clean, odor-free, and easy to handle. This makes handling much easier. Afterwards, let's do a bit more sorting into recyclable groups, which can all be sold. These are valuable items. We'll discuss further details about what they include. Items that are non-recyclable and cannot be sold, like those no one buys. Some types of plastic need to be left for the municipality to handle as usual. At least it's dry waste, which could be used as fuel, better than contaminated wet waste. 4. Hazardous waste. This group requires special caution. For example, flashlights, all kinds of batteries, mobile phones, power banks, light bulbs, especially fluorescent bulbs containing mercury, spray cans, paint cans, containers with dangerous chemicals, broken glass, sharp edges. These must not be discarded with other trash, as hazardous substances might leak and contaminate the environment. Collect them separately and dispose of them at hazardous waste points designated by the municipality or local administrative organization. 5. Large waste items and electronic appliances. For large items like fans, refrigerators, TVs, old ovens, armchairs, sofas, mattresses, if they're no longer needed and become large waste, contact the municipality for special collection. Do not dump them by the roadside. Alright, let's take a deeper look at how to correctly sort recyclable dry waste or items that can be sold for better prices. Let's get into it. Wow, there's a lot, isn't there? From drinking water bottles, soda bottles, plain water bottles, to cooking oil bottles. Let's start by sorting them into 2 main categories. Clear bottles. If they're drinking water bottles, try to check a little symbol under the bottle. If you see the symbol pet in a triangle and the bottle is fairly clean, that can fetch a high price. But if the bottle has extensive printing or stickers on it, the price might be a bit lower. For opaque bottles like milk bottles, shampoo bottles, or laundry detergent bottles, These are a different type of plastic, mostly HDP number 2, and they have a different pricing. So, should you separate the clear and opaque precisely? It's great if you can sort them out, but if it's really inconvenient, you can keep them together for now. Buyers can sort them out further. For glass bottles, it's really beneficial to sort them by color. Separate them into clear glass, brown glass, and beer bottles for better value. Each color fetches a slightly different price. By separating them, you can get a better price, but if it's really not convenient, you can keep them together too. Plastic cups, like those used for iced coffee or bubble tea, are mostly not recyclable. When collecting them, try to educate others so we don't waste bin space. Paper, you need to be careful with this one. Sort black and white paper like documents and used A4 paper separately as they have higher value. Colored paper, advertisements, and glossy magazines generally have a lower value because they are harder to recycle. Corrugated boxes, if you're not keeping them for yourself, consider selling them. Cans can be made from aluminum, steel, or zinc, and their prices vary. To tell if a can is steel, try using a magnet. Steel will stick to the magnet, but if sorting is inconvenient, you can sell them mixed together. The small efforts from each household can add up to a big impact. Let's work together in sorting waste, turning trash into value, and restoring cleanliness and brightness for a better environment and a better quality of life for all of us.